Schools will be reopening for the year. Unemployment is down. And then there's polka. Governor Kim Reynolds took a turn with the polka pros at the Iowa State Fair over the past week. We're going to talk to her, not about polka, but about her re-election priority and also why she ripped the FBI so quickly about what happened at Mar-a-Lago. And we're also at the State Fair with Senator Chuck Grassley. He'll tell us why he said what he did about new IRS agents with guns and what he meant to say. And this week in the Insider's Quick Six, what we did not see that often at the fair.
From your local election headquarters, this is the Insiders with Dave Price.
Back to class this week for thousands of Iowa students. Bus drivers, they've been practicing the routes. Districts are still trying to get enough drivers as well as enough teachers and other staff. We talked with Governor Kim Reynolds while we were out at the State Fair. We talked about students still trying to catch up from what they missed during the last 2 years of this COVID-19 pandemic.
We're looking at some data to see what the gap looks like, if there are gaps, and really provide that information to our educators.
From learning, or what do you mean?
From learning loss, and see, what that looks like. And it's a tool for our school districts and our educators to look at to help them identify maybe where some shortfalls are and how they can really help step up and address that. So I think that'll be helpful for school districts and educators across the state.
What do you make of Governor Florida did a kind of a non-traditional idea here, letting to try to deal with their teacher shortage, letting veterans certifying them essentially so they can teach, kind of out of the box idea. Is that something that would make any sense? Are you looking at anything else to try to address the teachers?
It's not a shortage of licensed teachers, it's just a shortage of teachers getting in the schools. So, we're looking at anything and everything. We did a lot of unique things during COVID to, relax some of the requirements to let them start student teaching. One of the things that we're doing, doesn't really help in the short term, but it really will help in the long term, is the Teacher Registered Apprenticeship Program, and I'm so excited about that. And it will help bring in para-educators, it'll help students start the process to go into education. It helps school districts really grow their own. We had a phenomenal response. It was going to be a $9 million pilot, and we had so much interest from so many school districts across the state. We ended up allocating $45 million, so that's a significant allocation to really help address the shortage in teachers, or help kind of get that next wave of educators into our classrooms. And we really do believe too it'll help diversify our teachers too, because they are again growing them within. So right now about 500, if they start and finish, 500 will go into education, 500 will go into para-educator, and then if we can keep this going, hopefully that'll put them on the track to go into education as well. So I think it's a really great program.
So what short-term helps?
So, we'll just continue to look for them. You've seen school districts offer bonuses. They're doing everything they can to bring them in, get teachers in to the classroom. So again, we've got a significant amount of licensed teachers. It's just getting them in the classroom, and so you're seeing bonuses,
because they're doing
retention.
Other stuff, or what do you mean?
I think they're just tired. There's a lot of, there's a lot of disruption in the classrooms. There's a lack of respect. Some of them are teaching things that they don't want to teach. They want to focus on really helping educate the children, and some of the additional requirements that are coming in, that's not what they signed up for. So I think it's a whole host of things. COVID has been hard for everybody. It's been a while and we're through it, and we kept the kids in the classroom, but it's a whole host of things, I think, that, educators are dealing with. And so we'll continue to look at anything that we can to help support and encourage, individuals to go into education and to help get teachers back in the classroom.
In November, the governor is up for re-election, of course. Her priority, if voters re-elect her, she told me, would be something that she tried and failed the past 2 years with: convince enough Republican legislators to shift tens of millions of tax dollars per year so that more students can go to private school.
It's no secret. I'm going to look at giving parents a choice in their children's education. In the environment that we're in right now and some of the things that we're seeing, I think it's so important for the children. If you're I can't express enough how important it is that we have a strong public school system. I am committed to that. I am committed to funding our public school system. We have had record investment in K-12 education. It's the foundation of our economy and of our society. But I also believe that as important as it is to fund public education, it is equally as important that we give parents the choice in their child's education. And I fundamentally disagree with only those that can afford it should have that option. There are single moms and dads that have kids in schools that are facing some really challenging situations. And even though we have open enrollment now, if they believe that a different environment is where their child has a great chance to thrive and just be the best that they can be, I believe that they should have that option. And I also believe that it is not a zero-sum game, that it will make us all stronger and better. And so, we're going to continue to work on a lot of I'm going to continue to look for ways to cut taxes. I'm going to continue to look for ways to fund priorities that are important to Iowans, and that includes K-12 education. But this is the future of our state, and average is not good enough. Our kids deserve better, and our parents deserve a choice in where their children should receive their education. And so, we've got it through one chamber for the last 2 years, and we're so close. And I believe with all my heart it will make us all better, and we'll do a better job in serving our kids. I want to just thank you to all the educators out there. I appreciate what you do. I've had a lot of teachers come up to me here at the fair. I hear both, so it's not all good, but I've also had a lot of teachers come up to me and say, thanks for keeping our kids in school. I believe that was the right thing to do. And so, keep doing it.
How does this help people understand how both can benefit here? So I think people get the private side, that if you help folks, that they can get their kids to go to private where they couldn't do that before. How will public not only not be hurt, but be better out of this?
Well, because it's competition, Dave. I mean, come on. We all do better, I mean, if you first of all, you're not going to see a lot of students leaving. I think they support their public schools. That's where they want to be. I have a chief of staff that could do either or and has made a decision to send their children to a public school. So most people, that's where they want to be.
Now, her Democratic opponent, Deidre DeJear, opposes the governor's private school scholarship idea. Let's look at some numbers now. Iowa's unemployment rate going down again. July's rate dropped to 2.5%, so that's the lowest since May of 2019, and it was 4.4% last July. So you can see what's happened over the past year. Obviously, though, Iowa employers are still looking for workers, and certain demographic groups in our state still not back to work.
It's concerning to me that the largest percentage of unemployed was 17 to 37-year-old men. And I mean, that's really concerning, and that's another reason I'm just so adamant about work-based learning and registered apprenticeship programs to get these kids in a program, to get them in a business, to earn some money while they're there so they can start to, see what that's like, to see that, the rewards of working, I mean, to buy a truck, to have money saved up to buy a home, no debt.
What are they doing?
Staying home, gap year, doing a lot of interesting things, but for a while, we weren't coming back as well as I thought we were, but our unemployment rate is now to where it was prior to COVID, and we are starting to see, and this is really what we need to look at, is the labor participation rate. So we are starting to see that come back. We're at about 68%. We typically run around 70. We're typically in the top 5, so we've been slow at coming back, but I think they're running out of some of the funding that they had, some of the stimulus dollars, so they're running out of that. And with the increased cost of groceries and gas and just living, people are starting to come back. And you talked about the retirees. They were close to retiring, and they did go ahead and step out. But Iowa is also known for them coming back into the workforce. So they step out for a while and boomerang, come back in. We were not seeing that during COVID, but we're starting to see that also take place. But again, I would attribute that to inflation and just the higher cost of living, and spending down their extra money, some of their savings that they had.
All right, up next, the governor has been speaking out about national politics quite a bit. So why did she decide to weigh in so fast on that FBI investigation at Donald Trump's resort? We'll ask her next.